So the new season just came out today in Call of Dragons, and with it, the brand new commanders. We finally get to see what they look like, how to obtain them, what the skills are, and so much more. So stick around in this video because I'll be showing you their entire skill set, how you can obtain their sculptures, and whether if they're good or bad. What is up, guys? MEOWER here, back with a brand new Call of Dragons video. So today, finally, the brand new season just started, and with it came so much new content to do along the lines of the new commanders, new events, and all that. So be sure to subscribe because I'll be going over each of the new events. Wheel of Destiny, Riches of the Forest, the Dragon Trail Race, and of course the new commanders are finally out. FFRAEGAR, aka Fralalala, which is her name from now on. Her name is Fralalala. And of course, Syndrome. Now, one thing we didn't know about FFRAEGAR when she was announced, or Flalala, sorry, is that she's a flying commander. She's a flying archer commander. Yes, I know, right? A flying commander that is archers has been released, even though we were expecting a flying cavalry commander. This is her, what she looks like on the open field. So we're gonna be going through over her skills and syndrome skills, and as well as where you can obtain them. But first off, we'll start with Flalala. Now, Flalala is a Wheel of Fortune commander, and she also appears along with the syndrome in this event, the Wheel of Destiny. This is a brand new event that shows up as soon as you load up on a server. I will make a separate video on it, whether if it's worth it or not. But just starting off to say it is a very heavy pay to win event because you can only get 320 tokens for gems and the rest you have to buy them from the packs. Anyway, that being said, they do appear on the wheel. So 4 legendary commanders will appear on this wheel, and you have to be lucky to in order to summon them. That's pretty much it. But however, it is a very RNG heavy event. So more information on it during its video. And of course, you can get Freygar the rest of her tokens after you summon her from that event from the Lucky Spin. Of course, she'll be in the daily deals at a later date. And Syndrome is from the Strongest Lord events as we initially predicted. So one wheel event, one wheel commander, and one Strongest Lord commander. That being said, let's look at her skills. Her skill set is very interesting. And both of those commanders have some really brand new skills to bring into the mix in Call of Dragons. Starting off her Rage skill, which is her main, she deals hero skill damage to the enemy target. The physical damage factor is pretty low, 300. That goes all the way to 600 is very low. However, the second part is the good part, where she gains normal attack damage focus, which is normal attack damage crit rate, by 60% for 3 seconds, which scales up to 7 seconds, which is pretty okay. I mean, so far she's looking like a very basic attack based commander, such as Nico and Kanara. However, her skill is not stronger than Nico and Kanara so far. Next up, her second skill. While on the field, she deals 5% more normal attack damage and gains 5% defense, both scaling up to 15%, which is pretty standard. Nothing too fancy. Her third skill, Storm Barrage, all marksman units in Flawless Legion gain 10% physical attack and 10% normal attack crit damage, which is pretty strong. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of crit gameplay around her, even though she does not gain access to the crit, to the skill damage tree, which is the only tree that I believe that is the only talent tree that impacts crit in any shape or form. However, do correct me if I'm wrong. Next up, um, when Flawless Legion launches under her 4 skill Falconeer charge, when Flawless Legion launches a normal attack, they have a 20% chance to gain haste, increasing their march speed by 50% and reducing the enemy's Legion rage accumulation by up to 20%. I cannot stress how OP this is. This is the first skill of its kind that directly impacts the enemy's rage accumulation speed. So I gotta say, this is a pretty strong skill overall. This skill alone might make her worth investing. And of course, the awaken skill just improves her primary skill by an extra 200 skill damage. Overall, I don't think she is better than Nico or Kanara. She will not unseat them. as the OP go to Archer March. However, she's still a very solid commander, especially for a flying commander. So expect to see her on the open field on the secondary Archer March. But the same, I don't think will be said about Syndrome. So let's check his skills. Syndrome's first skill, Green Feather. Syndrome's Legion gains Keen and Rapid Fire, increasing their attack by 20% and launching an additional normal attack every 3 seconds. Every second for 3 seconds, so overall he attacks an extra normal attack for every second. So every second means every turn. So he'll be attacking twice and increases the attack by a flat 20%. I don't like this for the open field for two main reasons. You're not always guaranteed as an archer to always put out the normal attack. However, for rallies, I think this is pretty strong for rallies. So far he's looking like a more lenient towards rallies, especially because as we dive into the rest of his skills, you'll find out why I mean that. Next up, when besieging a city or a stronghold, if you don't know what a stronghold is, it includes passes and every other thing that can be rallied that is not considered a playable city. Syndrome's Legion gains 4% attack and ignores 1% of the enemy's defense, which scales up to 10% attack and, of course, 5% defense penetration. Pretty nice overall. Like, I won't complain, but so much attack and will make him pretty squishy so far. I don't see any defense boosts on him, but let's continue. Uh, all marksman units and syndromes Legion gain 4% normal attack crit rate and 5% HP, scaling up to 10% crit rate and 15% HP. I don't like the skill at all. 10% is nothing, and the marksmen don't really need that much HP anyways. So I don't like the skill. Not a fan of it at all. Next up, his fourth skill, Forest Shadow. For the first 1 second of battle, Syndrome's Legion gains rapid fire and launches an extra attack every time they launch a normal attack. And after 1 second begins, he gains up to 20% attack lasting until the battle ends. So the first 3 seconds, he's gonna be launching 3 normal attacks with this and this, and then only the attack is left. I'm not a fan of this commander at all. Like his buffs are pretty subpar, especially when you compare him to someone like Hosk, who is also a rally commander, but is viable in the open field. While I don't think Syndrome is viable in the open field at all. Hmm. No, I'm not a fan of Syndrome. Not looking so good at all. And finally, his awakened skill, Syndrome gain every time he lands 5 critical hits from normal attacks, they deal additional hero skill damage once. So pretty situational rally commander it seems. I think Hosk still much better if you want a rally commander, especially for access to the rally tree. I mean, yes, he does have access to the precision and marksman tree, which is pretty good, but you're not always gonna be rallying with archers. So I don't get it. I'm not a fan of this commander at all. Anyway, please do let me know what you think of them in the comments down below, and don't forget to subscribe because I will be releasing a full commander guide for their pairings, what they're good for, and such at a later date. So be sure to subscribe to not miss out on those videos. Overall thoughts on Farala and Syndrome. Farala is definitely really strong. Syndrome is pretty meh, especially if you have Hosk. If you don't have Hosk, then I can argue that he could be there. But for the amount of effort you have to put in the strongest Lord event in order to level him up and awaken him eventually, he's pretty expensive for the amount of buffs he provides. Like I don't know. Maybe there's something I'm not seeing here. Maybe I'm missing something. I'm not sure. However, I don't think any of them are meta breakers like Kenara and Velen were. However, we'll see as players progress and when we manage to level them up. Also, be sure to save up your S2 tokens because there's still 2 more commanders coming over the next couple of months. So be sure to save your S2 tokens so you can eventually awaken them as well if they are better than those two. I don't think they are a priority to eventually super focus on a max, but they but if you do want to focus on one of them, then I would highly recommend La 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 and keep Syndrome on the side for now. However, that is it for today's video showcasing both commanders and their skills. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on the full guide breakdown of both commanders with the talent trees and their pairings and how and where you're going to use them. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to drop a like, and I will see, and don't forget to subscribe, of course, and join our Discord, and I will see you in the next video. Meow meow.